I have a feeling this isn't going to go well.
People are inside that facility.
And they're MS-13 members, they're child traffickers, they're drug traffickers, they're bringing drugs into this country.
They are still human beings.
So you don't care if they're the worst criminal in the world and they have raped and murdered children, they're okay and they're still human beings and they should be here?
I believe that they are human beings and that they deserve dignity just as everybody else.
You think child rapists deserve dignity?
Absolutely, I do.
Oh, that shit. Oh my God, these are the people that are speaking for the LGBTQ community. Oh my God, they're the people speaking on behalf of gays. We're fucked. Oh my God, we're done. We're done. Goodbye, gay marriage. I almost knew you well. Goodbye. Goodbye, cruel world. Goodbye. The gays are not going to have their rights anymore. This is what happens when you let retards speak on behalf of your community. You get this. This is what happens when you allow children to transition and you say children can consent, and then you get so empathetic that you're empathetic against the most horrible human beings ever to exist on this earth. She really just said that. She really just said that. Oh my we're done. This cannot be the narrative of the LGBT, but it is. Of course, everyone deserves dignity, especially the man who just raped my 2-year-old child. Are you f***ing with me? Are you serious? Do you know how many of these men just get let out of prison because of 100% recidivism rate, commit more crimes and have more victims? In which case, what happens to those victims? They get embedded with the LGBTQ queer ideology, thinking that that's going to help them feel better about their trauma, and so they decide to transition in order to feel better about themselves because they were abused, because mom over here decided that the guy who abused me should be shown dignity. What the flying hole, Batman? These people are disgusting. Oh,
this is a democracy, and we're here. The people who are here, we're here to stand up for our democracy.
What do you say to the people who say that Donald Trump was democratically elected to mass deport the illegal aliens in this country?
There are laws in this country. Due process is one.
There's a law in this country called Don't Break Into My Country. That's a law. We have laws in this country, but they can overpass certain ones and not overpass other ones. So the guy who broke into the country broke the law, but that law, because that law goes against my ideology. But we have other laws that we should stand by. These women need to zip the lips and stop speaking. You are making your party go below the 21% line. Holy moly. I have nothing. I have nothing.
Of those laws.
So I was reading that 75% of the people in this vicinity have either committed a crime, have pending criminal charges, and they did get that due process, and they are criminals. What are your thoughts on that?
I would guess that that's a lie because we don't even know who's in there.
So do you think it's American citizens that are being rounded up and thrown in here? What is the thought process?
How would we know?
I think a lot of times these people don't even speak English and they're not from the United States of America and they came into the country illegally.
I want to know where you're from, where this station is from, because the kind of questions you're asking me are very, very offensive.
Well, you're offended by my question.
Oh, offended by the question. You know, I just watched a debate with a little man debating Charlie Kirk. And Charlie Kirk, when he was debating the little man about homosexuality, Charlie Kirk mentioned PDF files. I didn't get offended by it, like the little man who then defended PDF files. Instead, what I did was I put forth an argument that demolished Charlie Kirk's retarded argument. That's how you make your side look better. You don't just say, I don't want to talk to you because I'm Republican. No, that makes you look dumb. That makes you look like a wee Todd. You see? But there's so many like that on that side, on the left side. I'm in the middle, and I'm seeing the people on the right saying shit, and I'm saying the people on the left saying shit, and I'm like, well, who's defending bad people? The left. Who doesn't like homosexuals but wants the death penalty and for people who are horrible to stay in prison? The right. Well, going over there. And still, I'm still in the middle. Because I don't agree with them with a lot of stuff either. But at least we can have a conversation. You can't have conversations with these people because they'll shut it down because they have no argument. If you don't believe them and buy into their baloney, they'll walk away because they have no argument. They have no leg to stand on. Their arguments fall apart like confetti.
But a lot of Americans are offended by the fact that illegal immigrants broke into our country and have been murdering people.
I'm finished.
So I think that a lot of people want to know why you guys are defending criminal aliens that have committed crimes in this country.
I think you need to check your facts.
Who should we be fact-checking with?
Well, do you have names?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They have.
Where are those names?
I can pull them up for you right now. Would you like to see them? We can go through all of because there's convicted child rapists, there's drug traffickers, there's known members of MS-13 in these areas.
I swore an oath to the Constitution of the United States to support and defend, especially the idea of due process protections. I will stand by that.
You support due process and protections, but you don't support keeping people out of the country who broke in. So you believe in some, but you don't believe in all. What's your argument exactly? I believe in this. This law I believe in, but this law I don't. Well, shouldn't you believe in them both? Shouldn't you believe in the rule of law? I'm sorry, am I missing something here?
Okay. And so for the illegal aliens who are found to be in this country illegally and found to have committed crimes, should they be deported?
The idea of who is illegal.
And you have mass deportations. They are not just targeting people who have committed crimes. They are saying that people are criminals simply for crossing the border.
But that is a crime. That's a federal crime.
I personally do not believe that that is a crime.
Well, your personal opinion doesn't dictate law, okay? Oh, well, the guy broke into my house, but I don't believe it was a break-in because, he just needed a place to stay. Do you know how retarded that sounds? You know how retarded you sound. Your personal opinion, it doesn't matter. If someone did something illegal that broke the law, well, then he is a criminal because he committed a crime. Your personal opinion has jack shit to do with it.
The vast majority of people who are coming to America are coming here for economic opportunity.
But that's not.
Oh, but does she have names? Does she have names of these people who came? Does she know the family? Does she have their numbers? Should we call them and find out?
Asylum.
I disagree. Asylum, I'm a political scientist. And the truth is that...
Oh, well, then she knows all there is to know. I mean, look at the blue hair. It tells you all you need to know, right? Yeah. Oh, I'm a political science major, so I know everything. Are you a biologist? Because unless you're a biologist, then you don't know that men are women and women are men. Are you a criminal justice major? Well, then you don't know that they committed a crime when they crossed the border illegally and came into the country and committed a crime. Oh, okay.
Most words that we take for granted are actually quite up for debate.
We have had cases on major news of people that were specifically court-ordered not to be deported.
Like who?
And were. I honestly don't have the name on the tip of my...
So they're asking for names from her, in which she has them, but they don't have the names for the people that they're defending? You see, the hypocrisy is just, it's unimaginable. It's so baffling how hypocritical these people are. All you have to do is talk to them. This is why they don't want to talk to people who disagree with them, because these people will actually ask them questions that they don't have a defense for. They don't have a good argument for what they're supporting. They just feel bad for the criminals. Oh, I feel so bad for them. They just committed crimes. But that's not what I believe a crime is. Dude, disturbing.
I think you're talking about Kilmar Grego Garcia, who is a known MS-13 member. Do you think somebody like that should be allowed to stay in the United States?
He has an order to lawfully be in the United States. Pursuant to that order...
I mean, how else is he going to beat his wife unless he stays in the States? Isn't it his right as a husband to beat his wife whenever he feels like it?
He should be in the United States.
But he's not a citizen of this country.
He has a court order allowing him to stay in this country. He's here.
He didn't have a court order allowing him to stay in this country.
Yeah, the court order.
And also, the court order stated that he couldn't be extradited to El Salvador because of fear of MS-13. But that's been eradicated, and El Salvador is now a safe nation.
Hold on. Why? If I was breaking into a... Wait a second. If he's not a part of a gang, then why is he afraid of a gang? I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The only reason a gang would come after you is if they have a beef with you. And if they have a beef with you, it's probably because you had something to do with the gang or another gang. In which case, wouldn't that be proving that he was part of some gang? I would say so.
You perhaps are correct. I would have to check the references on that.
I pity you. I truly do.
Holy shit. Someone actually said, you know what, you might be right. That is baffling, and I appreciate that that person at least said you may be right, because those words are like venom spilling out of their mouths for people on the left. It's like they can't, I can't say it. Oh, I can't be wrong. I can't say that. Oh my God, if I do, I will die. I will die. Heaven forbid anyone be wrong, right? Because you're right about everything. So much so that that's why Trump won.
Because you don't care for the dignity of every human being.
I don't care about the dignity of child rapists, you're right, or drug traffickers or MS-13 members who have made my country unsafe.
And I'm sorry
Absolutely.
that you have had a really hard life.
I care about protecting children,
I'm sorry
and you're
that somebody
talking about
hurt
due
you.
process,
I'm
but to
sorry
be
that
quite honest,
She should be sorry. She should be saying, I'm sorry to the children who have been victims of these people, because you know what? She's the one defending these horrible people. She's the one that said that child deserve dignity. I'm so sick and tired of these people because you know what? They care more about the criminal than they do the victim. You see them protesting support for the criminal, but you don't see them trying to help the victims, the children. You don't see them helping them. You don't see them protesting against child rapists. No, the dignity of child rapists. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry, 4-year-old little girl. I'm sorry. But it happens. It happens. But he needs a fair trial. Don't you see, little girl? Like, what is wrong with them? Like, this is why so many people don't like the Democratic Party and the left. Because they don't give a shit about the victims. What is wrong with you that you care more about the evil men and not about the poor kids? The criminal gets out of prison because of these people, goes on to abuse another child, and what are they going to say? Oh, I'm sorry, it happens. God damn! You might want to join our memberships because this video will be highly censored.
with you, these people haven't given due process, and they've been found to be criminal and illegal aliens, and so I do think that they should be deported.
That's very sad to me. You're an exploiter.
So you're here to defend criminals, is what you're saying.
I'm here to defend every single human being.
Not the victims. Not the victims, you're not. The pain and suffering of the criminal, not the pain and suffering of the fucking victim. You dirty mayonnaise, blue-haired bitch. Oh, this is totally getting demonetized.
Everybody deserves love. Everybody deserves
thank you.
dignity.
Pedophiles don't deserve love. They don't. No, they don't. They deserve a wood chipper, but they don't deserve love. They deserve a fast track right into the chamber. Meet old Sparky. I believe in justice for the victims. I don't believe in empathy towards the criminal. You see? This is what happens when these fucking crazy people talk. They show their true colors.
Thank you for your
Everybody
time.
does. Even you. Even you.
Thank you.
Even you.
I'm not a child rapist or an MS-13 member, so I would hope so.
No, you're just a capitalist exploiter who likes to exploit people's pain.
You're exploited, Republican, rule of law, deserve dignity, But sorry, little girl victims, sorry. Dude, these people, I think that if you are willing to support the worst people in the world, then you should be in a prison cell along with them. Hallelujah. Like and subscribe, everybody. Join our memberships. Adios.